discretion is expressed for the following program. If you are easily triggered or offended, please exercise caution while viewing this program, because the hosts really don't care. Warning, this show is not for children, and not for coworkers either.
All right, yeah, woo, woohoo, yeah, baby. Welcome back to the show, everybody. It's, once again, your favorite two dads. Your favorite two dads. I know your mom's got some boyfriends, but...
Those are uncles. Uncle Bobby's coming over. Y'all need to stay in your room.
Far deep in the South. I'm not that far deep in the South. Good morning, everybody. I'm JJ. I am presumed innocent JJ, and this over here is definitely guilty Deacon.
Definitely.
And yeah, and we meet here Monday through Friday at 8 o'clock in the morning to talk about, let's see, news, politics, culture, pop culture, comic books, missions,
brake.
Alien.
Can we talk about
alien
brake
pinatas?
Pumps? I need a new brake pump for my car. It's only going to cost $100, and I think I can fix it myself. It's just going to take a while to fix it.
I love talking trannies. Trannies is like my favorite thing to talk about. Alien pinatas is also great.
You can get those at CVS, I think.
Yeah.
Something very similar.
Yeah. Now on Fridays, Deke, it's not a normal day.
Did you see what? Okay, so I want to interrupt this real quick because yesterday we talked about the alien pinatas. Did you see the other the X-rays and stuff? The other stuff that we didn't show. Did you see what they actually?
I tried to, but our discussion got incensed a little bit. So
I know. But I'm not going to repeat what I said after the show. Everything was completely fine, but it may or may not have been a little bit of acting on my part in that. But did you see what? You got to bring the people in, dude. Did you see the X-rays of the alien though? You could see.
I didn't look close. I saw the photo presentation of the stage, and they had the X-ray on the.
It had a. They say that it looked like it was very similar with a neck, like a turtle has a neck that it can go in and out and whatnot. It was crazy. Do your thing.
Okay, all right. Well, on Fridays, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, you must hit the like button. It came to our attention yesterday that our Discord link didn't work. Now it does work. So if you have tried before and it didn't work, try again. Join us on Discord. And on Fridays is our Liars Table. In the Liars Table, we always invite another liar. You can't just have a Liars Table with two people. That's just two people lying to each other. So we got to have we have our buddy Dave join us on Fridays. Hey Dave, how you doing?
Hey, I changed my name.
Alfred Pleading.
Do you know what an Alfred Plead is?
I don't know what that means.
Oh,
that's perfect.
What's an Alfred Plead?
Basically, you got me, but I'm not going to admit that I'm guilty.
They've got all the evidence.
It's called an Alfred Plea.
But you're not going to say that you're.
I thought that was a no contest, no contende. That's different.
Alfred Plea.
That's okay. Good. That was a good.
See, you learn something every day, kids. Hey, Richter, we got to get Richter in here too.
I used to have a job where I had to sit in on juvenile court every day in different counties. And I'm not going to get into what I did for the job, but I had to be present. I was allowed to sit into the juvenile court because juvenile court proceedings are closed. I worked for the Department of Juvenile Justice for a while. And it was to see all the different crap that goes on in the justice system that the regular people don't even know about is crazy. Yeah. Hello, Dave.
Hey,
Dave. What's up? How's your week been?
It's been insane.
Turn your mic up a little bit.
Okay, I can do that. I think. Is that any better?
Like this?
Maybe.
Does that help?
Maybe a little bit.
Down a little? Go down a little.
Hey, Dave and I have some news for JJW.
Oh.
The
Oh.
JJW does not know. I was going
Please
to
don't fire me from my own show. I've been fired from my own thing so many times.
We've been talking, and no, I was going to just post a picture in the Discord server, but I thought, no, we need to let him in on the thing. So, how is it? Your son?
Son and daughter.
Oh, son. Oh,
Yeah.
his son and daughter is in their marching band in the high school. So Dave is a band parent.
I'm the band booster president, so I'm like,
You're the band booster president.
Wow.
Ashley's
Yeah, I'm
the
all over
band
the place.
she's the band booster treasurer of something.
yeah, most important
Fundraising.
person is the treasurer.
She's the fundraiser. Ashley's head over fundraising. I don't want to be a part of that. I'm just the schmo that helps load and unload. All right.
I do that too.
I don't want to do any of that other crap. There's smarter people up there than me. I can't hold my tongue as well as some of those other people can. Anyway, my son and daughter are also in the marching band. And this last weekend, Dave texted me and he was like, "Hey, are y'all going to so-and-so next weekend?" And I was like, "Let me check." We are going to so-and-so competition next weekend. So how long have we known each other? Several years.
7 years, man.
6 or 7 years.
'Cause we've been messaging each other about this for a while.
Yeah,
and
for a
we've
long
never-
time.
We've never overlapped at competitions.
We've never overlapped the competitions. We've never met. So we're finally going to get to meet tomorrow.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's great.
So I'm looking
That's
forward to
good.
that.
That's
going,
awesome.
We're going
My
down
wife
there
is
close to
too.
Tennessee. Yeah. Ashley is too. She was like, "Oh, that's awesome."
yeah.
And then we had the death in the family come up, but luckily we're not going. I'm going to be able to make the funeral on Saturday before we can go. So I'll get to go to both. I'm excited to get to go to both. Excellent. So let me get to. I don't have my
Congratulations,
song
guys.
ready today.
Oh,
I don't have the song ready to pop up on the screen, but if you will go to our Discord server, I posted it in the Deeks playlist already. I'll pop it up here on the screen here for you. This is a newer artist that I came across not too long ago. And I was really impressed with this. I think I posted it on the wrong thing. Hang on. I was really impressed by some of the cover songs that this artist was coming out with. It's a guy named Tennessee Jet. He's got a very weird sounding voice. He's got a very it almost sounds feminine to a point, but he does this version of Waymore's Blues. Him and this other guy, Cody Jinks. I think you'll like it. It is. I've heard he's not the first country artist, new, young country artist I have heard that has sounded like this with this rocky. I want to call it cosmic country because that's
this
what
sounds like. Trent Reznor's producing a country song.
Thank you. That's perfect. That's a great.
Yes,
great.
it is.
Yeah, it sounds like Trent Reznor produced a country song, but it's the old Waymore's Blues is an old Waylon Jennings song.
I had never heard Tennessee Jet until this morning. So thanks, man. You broadened my horizons.
The reason I come across Tennessee Jet months ago was I saw She Talks to Angels done by Tennessee Jet. And that song, She Talks to Angels by the Black Crows, is one of the most beautiful songs I've ever heard in my life.
I like that song.
I have to
I want to hear
that
that Tennessee Jet version.
Every single time I hear I have to stop. And I was like, oh man, I really like this. So I started listening to more Tennessee Jet. They do a Poncho and Lefty. He does a Poncho and Lefty version that's pretty good. So check out Tennessee Jet. It's very up and coming. Like, doesn't have very many followers and stuff when you look at these guys on like Twitter and whatnot, X or whatever. So I follow them on over there.
Right there. Bleep on the thingy thing right here. And then there's a whole list of a year's worth of more than a year. We're over a year now. Over a year now. We've got almost, I don't know,
a couple
20
days
people. 20, 30 people that have watched our show. We got
Those
a little
are the
bit bigger
people in the world. I don't want any other people.
Yeah,
I don't want dumb people in this server.
All right, guys. We have plenty of different kinds of things to talk about, but as always, there's politics happening, and it probably wouldn't be a day ending in Y if there wasn't something about Hunter Biden getting charged with something. So we'll start with that, I think, and then we'll talk about, let's see. and then we'll talk about McCarthy. No, you know what? We'll start with McCarthy because he's on the title card. Today's episode, if you guys hadn't seen the title card already, here we go. No evidence. Media is claiming there is no evidence whatsoever for this impeachment inquiry. There's no evidence at all. No evidence has been proven that Joe Biden is corrupt. Although there are definitely some questionable photos, videos, text, audio recordings, bank transactions. What else is on that list there? Yeah, bribe allegations. We got some questionable stuff, but there's no evidence. It's not evidence just because you say something happened and you have documents or recordings or a laptop or video. It's not evidence.
Did you see how Biden responded to the question? I didn't know we couldn't do that.
Are you serious? He's just gonna
he was like, I didn't know that was illegal. What was that? He was being interviewed by somebody or whatnot. They was asking him. He was like, I didn't know that was illegal.
You're saying I can't make $1 off of booking my appointments and sell my time to people? You're saying that I can't do that as the president? Really? Yeah,
but
did really saying that.
Do you notice that everything that they have him on, all this evidence that they have, the only thing that they got him on was the only piece of evidence that's not linked to his dad?
Oh, the gun charge.
The gun charge.
Yeah.
That he admitted, honestly, the Bidens have a problem. Okay, hang on. I'm not looking at the screen. I got to look at the screen to talk.
There's a problem.
The Bidens have a problem. Y'all are going to laugh when I say this, but the Bidens have a problem that some people in the world have. And I have it sometimes too because I work in radio. It's called oversharing. Some people, see, I knew y'all would both agree. The Bidens overshare. Joe Biden overshares, and he is getting up into this age. So now he's like, Corn Pop was a bad dude, But so does Hunter. Hunter overshares. Hunter's like a freaking teenager, He's like, he leaves his freaking. It's like Hunter left his bong out again in the freaking coffee table. Gee, that's how stupid he is because he went on record saying he was completely sober and not in addiction or whatnot during this certain period of time that they talk about. I don't remember it all off the top of my head. But then he goes into his book and admits in his book that he was on a cocaine bender during that exact same time period that he had testified that he wasn't and had bought a gun or whatnot. So he incriminated himself.
Yeah. And then they tried to get that shaken on that other plea agreement, and then that whole thing imploded. So like there's a lot of they just keep making their own mess, and the media is literally trying to give them the passest of pass. They're trying to be like, oh, no, nothing happened here. It's ridiculous.
Every one of them.
Do you think
like all of them? Did you know we didn't talk about it. Did you know the White House sent a letter to like ABC News and basically major media and was like, hey, you guys need to like be a lot more, turn up the scrutiny on these impeachment inquiry proceedings. Just turn up the scrutiny of their process. Not scrutiny of the president, scrutiny of the Republicans abusing the inquiry process to try to hunt me down. They basically trying to get media to run cover for them, and the media was already running cover for them.
Do you think they'll try to play off some of the difference between the words addiction and bender? Addiction is, I'm completely stuck in this. Bender is, man, I just started and I didn't want to stop. I'm not addicted. I think this gun indictment thing is just so that they can get a plea deal and get it under. He'll plea out and they'll get like slap on the wrist, and then it's not an issue anymore. Well, we don't need to bring up the gun thing because he's already been convicted. He's already pled for that. He's already gotten sentenced for that. You can't use that anymore. So what kind of plea are we looking at? Are we looking at an innocent plea, a guilty plea, or an alpha plea?
Community service and
consequences,
yeah, right, and like nothing. They will try to give him nothing, and I believe this is under. I guess we're doing that one first. We'll just do Hunter Biden first. Whatever. Hunter Biden indicted by special Hunter, huh? Hunter Biden indicted by a special counsel on felony gun charges. U.S. Attorney David Weiss was appointed as special counsel last month. First of all, that part right there, this is suspicious as hell, because this is the guy that tried to sign off on the other plea agreement that was no good. Hunter Biden has been indicted by special counsel David Weiss on felony gun charges. The charges bring renewed legal pressure on the younger Biden after a plea agreement he struck with prosecutors imploded in recent months. Hunter Biden has been charged with 2 counts related to false statements in the purchasing of a firearm and a 3rd count of illegally obtaining a firearm while addicted to drugs. So not on a bender, addicted to drugs. Oh, it's not his fault. He was addicted. You're not in control of yourself when you're addicted. The 2 counts of making false statements carry sentences of up to 10 years and 5 years, respectively, while possession charge carries a sentence of up to 10 years. Prosecutors spent years scrutinizing Hunter Biden's business and endeavors and personal life, a probe that appeared to culminate in a plea agreement the 2 sides struck in June, which would have allowed him to plead guilty to a pair of misdemeanor tax offenses and enter into a pretrial diversion program to avoid prosecution on a felony gun charge. But that fell apart after the court judge, Mary Ellen Noreika, expressed concern over the structure of the agreement and questioned the breadth of an immunity deal, which would have covered stuff as far as FARA, foreign agent, failing to register as a foreign agent of another country. Weeks later, Merrick Garland elevated Weiss, who was originally appointed by Donald Trump, to special counsel, granting him broader authority to press charges over Hunter Biden in any district in the country. Subsequently informed the new court a new round of negotiations had reached an impasse and that Hunter Biden accused Weiss's office of reneging on their agreement. What do you guys think so far? Any thoughts on this? What are they after? Who is Weiss working for? Is Weiss working for the American people? Are they seeking justice for a man that tosses guns in dumpsters? Or is this maybe just lifting the carpet way up? Sweep, 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 sweep. I think that's what's going on here.
That's what always goes on. Why is this any different than anything else? Anything else that happens in the last 20 years? Or you know the narrative.
20. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're right. But you know the narrative. You know? It's blatantly obvious that it's corrupt. They're going to change the wording. So, like you said, they're going to do several things. They're going to change the wording so it's addiction, and we're probably going to have a nice big push on, October is addiction month, and we need to, there's going to be some very low-key things that come up about addiction to keep your mind. It's all a part of the brainwashing.
So Hunter Biden is the weak link in this extremely stupid chain of the Biden family corruption, right? The problem is that we have a totally corrupt president who's got a web of conspirators that have literally engaged in business deals or knew about what he was doing and didn't do anything. Going back into the Obama administration, do you believe that Barack Obama had no idea that Joe Biden was flying his son to China?
He's the architect. Biden, he's the architect. But Biden is just like, oh shit, this damn Biden family's got control and they're running amok.
What's the Barack Obama quote about Joe Biden? Do you know?
No.
Never underestimate Joe Biden's ability to fuck things up. That is a Barack Obama quote. Okay?
That's a very
the Biden family is the weak link in the web. The web is not Joe Biden down. The web is like huge, and Joe Biden's got a section of it, and his section has Hunter Biden in it, and Hunter Biden records himself snorting coke off of prostitutes' asses.
The Democrats knew at the time that Kamala Harris was not going to be able to carry the Democrats and was not going to win. Even though she was a woman, even though she was a person of color, she was not going to be able to win by herself. They had to do something. They had to keep a certain vote that the old white man still pulled in from the Democrats. And they didn't want to use Biden, but he was president. He had name recognition. They had to use what they had to use in order to I believe, steal the election. But what do I know? I'm just a moron.
Okay,
I have
so
to preface that every time so we don't get kicked off of YouTube.
So the whole thing is that Hunter Biden is the weakest link in this whole chain, and if they pull on Hunter Biden enough, he's going to crack, and he's going to spill on, or they're just going to be able to investigate him and get all kinds of links to the president, and then Joe Biden is going to get
You think that's
impeached.
What they're doing? You think they're just they're trying
no? I think that's the risk, and since that's the risk, they're trying to get Hunter Biden undercover. Yeah, plead guilty on this thing, and you got your sentence. And then once you've done that, double jeopardy, you can't be charged with that again. And, we can spin the thing of he was a drug addict and he made some bad choices, and, but justice has been served. So, there's no reason to keep bringing this thing up again and again and again. Hunter Biden is the weakest link in the chain. The Biden family chain is not too strong. It includes things like Ashley Biden's diary and Joe Biden sniffing girls on every camera that he can find. So, okay. So, McCarthy.
I don't like this subject.
Huh?
I don't like this subject.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of cool stories.
Yeah, we're gonna move on. McCarthy is daring the GOP to take his gavel away. The House Speaker had enough of the far right members of his own party, that is, the Matt Gaetzes and the Freedom Caucus, those damn Freedom Caucus people.
My memory may be very fuzzy, but didn't he get elected with after 78 days or something like that, and by the smallest margin? And
it was a number of days. We did really good on our show here. We got a lot of views.
It's a long time.
It was a number of days of us just watching them, and I'm like, it's not going to work. And McCarthy, McCarthy held out. Then Freedom Caucus finally said, "Look, you're going to give us some powers, and you're going to let us do some stuff, and then you can be the speaker." And they got what they wanted, and they got some of what they wanted, and some of the powers that they have, some of the Freedom Caucus powers that they have, is the ability to take the gavel away from the speaker. And you have McCarthy basically calling chicken on him, You say, "Hey, you think you can do it? Do it." And, for that,
that's literally what he said.
Yeah. If you think you can scare me because you want to file a motion to vacate, move the fucking motion, McCarthy said, according to a political reporter, Olivia Beavers. So this is a game of negotiations, and it's not like there's two sides in this conflict. There's a bunch of different sides, and McCarthy's trying to make sure that he stays in control of the overall agenda, because McCarthy wants to remain Speaker of the House for a number of years to come, right? So that means he's got to slow roll the impeachment, do tremendous damage to Biden, the Democrats, and the media all at the same time. Keep the pressure on, get them to crack. But he has to keep control of not the centrist Republicans, the ones that are mostly Democratic. No, he's got to keep control of the fringe, because the majority is so slim. It's like 49-50, 49-40, whatever. It's
honestly,
very, very slim.
Even if there is an impeachment, what happens?
Nothing. Right.
We've
Nothing.
seen presidents impeached before.
The Republicans do not have the Senate. So if the House Republicans are like, we vote to impeach, it'll go to Senate, and Fetterman and a bunch of people on the left, and probably a bunch of Republicans too, will be like, there's not enough evidence here, and they won't do anything. And then you'll have the exact situation that you have for Donald Trump, which is impeached and not convicted, which means you can just be like,
right,
I don't care.
But
I don't care. I'm still boss.
That ends up giving more street cred to Biden, and it takes away powers from McCarthy.
So if you cannot impeach and remove, then you can impeach for a long time and leave mud and trash and dirt and debris and a trail of damage for months to come.
Yeah, but that's what you can do. I would rather, fix some issues that people are dealing with every day.
How are you going to fix anything? You can't fix anything.
No, you can't. But
you cannot pass meaningful legislation for the same reason that you cannot impeach the president. Republicans cannot come up with a plan and pass legislation in the House and in the Senate and then get it signed by Joe Biden. It's not possible. So the only thing we have is hearings. But what kind of things? Yeah. Next story.
Hey, I got one for you. Staying on this same political type stuff. Since you mentioned his name there a minute ago, Fetterman.
Yes.
Claps back.
Yes.
It says Matt Gaetz to get your shit together.
Fetterman's doing all right.
Do what?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Do the story.
You think he is? I think he's a freaking idiot.
No, go ahead. Yeah. I'm saying for a guy that's had a stroke and brain damage and can't read or talk.
There is a fringe conspiracy theory that's not really John Fetterman, that's not the John Fetterman. That if you look at old pictures of John Fetterman and look at new pictures of this guy, it's two different people. That's just a fringe conspiracy theory, but I'm a fringe crazy person. So I'm trying to make sure that my stuff. I'm just trying to make sure my stuff's still playing over here.
Deke, don't forget it's almost 8:30.
I know. That's why I'm keep looking here.
Okay, go.
Fetterman said government shutdown is T-minus 16 days. Fetterman wrote on X. How many? Scared us with these fear-mongering bullshit that the government was going to shut down with sentences like this. $1 billion? Right. Formally, no. Okay. Referring to the House's failure to pass spending bills. Instead of crying about how I dress, how about you get your shit together and do your job, bud? How about you don't dress like my fucking uncle that works on cars? How about you're a fucking senator or whatever the fuck you are? I don't even know what you are. How about you dress professional and show a little bit of professionalism to your job? I wear T-shirts because I sit behind a microphone. I could be wearing a clown costume in here in the morning and no one would ever know the difference if I didn't have that camera on or didn't didn't tell them on the radio. But he is a public official that is always, and he's wearing T-shirts like he just got done mowing the fucking yard. What the maybe
he's a man of the people. Dick.
Oh, that's what it is. He's a man of the people. I'm the people, and I don't want him to look like my cousin, who's a loser.
Which wrestler said he was a man of the people? Which wrestler was that?
So this is the representation that Philadelphia wants. Philadelphia, and the rest of Pennsylvania that couldn't override Philadelphia.
He looks.
I'll wear polos or T-shirts. I can preach in a T-shirt, and that's fine. The last 2 days, I was at the Sheriff's Association conference as a vendor. And so I'm there in a suit and tie the first day, and I realized that's probably way over dressed for that group. So I was there in khakis and a tie the next day. And I'm still a little bit above the threshold, but I wanted to dress for what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
You don't just
like if either one of you got a speeding ticket or a minor traffic offense.
I got pulled over the other night.
Yeah, you get a minor traffic offense and you've got to go to court. All right.
Yeah.
I can know both of you will put on a nice shirt, some khaki pants, or maybe some polo shirt or something.
Brush my beard.
Huh? Oh, you put on your.
I'll brush my beard.
Oh, you put on your bow tie. Yeah, you look nice for court.
Yeah,
because that is respectable for where you're going.
Yeah,
you're going to stand in front of justice, and you need to look respectable, and that's what we do. But look how many people in there are wearing juicy pants. Or they've got a Tasmanian devil T-shirt and you can't touch this T-shirt. And you're like, Jesus Christ, where'd you still get those T-shirts from? How do you still have a you can't touch this T-shirt and you're wearing it to court? It's to have a little respect for the position.
There's a generational aspect there as well. Several years ago, Bob Russell, he's retired now. He's the preacher at Southeast Christian in Louisville, just giant, like 30,000 member church. And they were getting a new minister in, Kyle Idleman, who is now the lead preacher there, and written all these books and everything. And Bob is a suit and tie guy. He sits down with Kyle and he says, and this is Bob telling the story that, the leadership wants to see you wear a tie. Why don't you wear a tie when you preach? And he said, you should preach, or you should dress like you're speaking to the God of the universe, like president of the United States, you're meeting somebody really, really fancy. And Kyle's response back was, shouldn't I dress like I'm talking to God of the universe, my heavenly father? And so that's where the conversation kind of died. And everything's respectful there. But it's just whole idea of what is acceptable to wear now. And my kids and I looked at Fetterman when he was running, and I'm like, is this respectful for what you're doing? Now,
well, I mean, a lot of times, especially when he was running, Fetterman was, trying to cover the giant tumor on his neck, and then, so I mean, he was, but he's also kind of got this like public persona of the t-shirt guy. You know what I mean? Like he
dressed up sort of on his swearing in day. I don't know if you've seen the picture or not of he and his family. I wouldn't go like posting it because I think it's a cheap shot, but yeah, I don't know if he does wear many button-ups or.
So Matt Gaetz, talking about Fetterman, said this. He said, unfortunately, the United States Senate is not a fair jury. It's full of fashion icons like Fetterman. Mm-hmm. And then he had this clip of him cutting up about it during an interview with Donald Trump advisor Steve Bannon. That is the best dressed we have ever seen John Fetterman, Gaetz told Steve Bannon after the two watched a video clip of the senator. His shirt had both buttons and the entire pant was not elastic. There were elastic features on the pants, but it was not exclusively elastic. So Matt Gaetz, funny guy, funny dude.
Funny.
All right. I mean, I think I think I heard somebody float the idea that, the next generation of political leaders, which, as our current octogenarians like age out, they're gonna be replaced by other people. And right now we've got, Donald Trump obviously leading the Republican Party, but you see things like Mitt Romney dipping out. Mitt Romney's not going to run again.
Kudos.
Good. Buy fake Mitt. And we got McCarthy setting himself up for a long tenure of power here. But I think that Matt Gaetz is generating a lot of public support, right? Like he has a large profile, and he's a real character, as opposed to some of these other political leaders that they may have support from their constituency, but they're not well known across the country. I think Matt Gaetz is setting himself up for a larger role in the future, maybe in the next 5 years or so. But I like it when people make fun of other people.
All right, because you're mean. I've got some more stories that I want to bring up real quick, so we don't forget about them, because I know we don't have a lot of time. I just don't want to forget about these stories but I don't want to have a 15-minute conversation on them either. I just need to bring these to attention. This first story, I actually got it from Al Jazeera, but it's about Canada. All right. So, and some stuff's going on in Canada that you need to maybe know about, because it might affect
taxes. Yeah.
Us. The Trudeau is some grocery chains because they're saying that the Canadians cannot feed their families, and grocery chains are having record profits. All right, record profits. So he said the heads of 5 largest supermarket chains, including Walmart and Costco, would be asked to come up with a plan to address the rising prices before Thanksgiving. Grocery prices rose 8.5% in July from a year ago, well above the general inflation rate of 3.3%. There's also another thing that Canada is doing that I really like, that I wish we would do in the United States, but we're never going to, because the United States is owned by these companies. But this particular company, this particular grocery store in Canada, is putting these little this is not in Canada, this is France. This particular grocery store in France is putting these little shrinkflation things on their product. Yeah. So
the price is not changing, but you're getting a little bit less.
Yeah,
you're getting a smaller bottle.
You can see that it's Lipton. That this one is particular, the Lipton tea. And so that's what it's saying. For example, it said that a bottle of sugar-free peach-flavored Lipton iced tea produced by PepsiCo shrank to 1.25 liters from 1.5 liters, resulting in a 40% effectiveness increase in the price of a liter. They shrunk it down.
Ounces. This used to be 20 ounces. It's 16.9 now.
Mm-hmm.
It's dumb. Mm-hmm. And it costs more.
Don't drink soda.
Other countries are bringing this to their attention. So maybe pressure from the other countries doing the right thing. Maybe America will, but you know that we won't. America is eating ourselves. We're eating ourselves.
We're literally causing the problem.
We're literally causing the problem.
And we caused the problem like 3 years ago or more. We showed the graph yesterday. Let's just print money. Let's print like $8 trillion. Of course, either things get more expensive or you get less things for the same money. That's the way the supply and demand works.
Now, we could look to one of our neighbors to the south. They have a really good export program going on. They used to export oil. They used to export
imports
oil,
and exports,
but
business.
now, they export. Oh, hang on.
Cocaine is set to overtake oil and become Colombia's main export. Cocaine.
He's
back. He's back.
Clapton.
You bring up this story. I got to run real quick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh boy. Cocaine. Bloomberg Economics estimates the 2022 exports of 18.2 billion. Cocaine could generate them more money than I have to register. I don't want to register. No. Where's the rest of the story? I think pretty much you got the headline right there.
Headlines never lie.
Colombia is exporting cocaine, billions of dollars in cocaine. All right, so what's worse, sir? I'm gonna have to ask you because I know you have people that know things about things. What is worse? Fentanyl coming across our border in totally unregulated manner and killing thousands upon thousands upon thousands of Americans, or cocaine coming across our border and obviously big addiction, big problems, but fentanyl kills more people than cocaine. So what's worse?
Yes. That's the answer. Yes. Is the cocaine regulated, or is it just a guesstimated number on how much money? Because
I'm gonna have to register to get some more details from this story. Hang on.
Yeah, I'm asking the hard questions.
Oh, okay.
I doubt it's regulated. I think they're just like speculating this is the amount of money that cocaine exports are making for our cartels and such.
Oh my
Deke ran away because it's going to deal with cartels. That's why Deke ran away. He doesn't want to deal with cartels.
Deke does not like the deal. Anytime cartels come up in the story, Deke dips out.
I ain't no dummy. I ain't no dummy. I got a couple more stories here that I wanted to poke up real quick. Do you care? There's something going on, or have you got something going on?
I was about to subscribe to Bloomberg so I could get the details out of this story.
What story?
Cocaine.
The cocaine story.
Oh, who cares?
How much cocaine? Well,
cocaine.
No, they're trying to make me answer questions about myself.
Go ahead, Deke. Go ahead.
No.
Oh my God.
Look, do you know what's going on in Las Vegas right now? Probably not, because the media doesn't want you to know. Hackers are freaking taking over the hotels in Las Vegas. Like I was seeing this on like Snapchat Live, or no, it was TikTok Live yesterday. I was going through some of the lives, and some of the people were there in Las Vegas, and they were talking about being in one of the hotels and having to be escorted around by the security guards and stuff like that because they had lost their key. And these hackers have taken over and are trying to control different things in the hotels. And the hotels are like fighting back, trying to control certain things so they can like manually do this, but they can't use the computer to do it all at the same time. You know what I mean? So there's hackers that are trying to take over hotels in Las Vegas right now. Look it up. Media's not really saying that much about it.
Scattered Spider. Now, for some reason, I'm thinking that there's like an annual hackathon event that happens. Was this at? Oh, it's in April. Okay, so this is just straight up.
Not that I know.
Kids doing an attack.
I'm just guessing. Just guessing a month.
There. I think it's the 19th of April.
Oh, Canada has had Canada. I'm not going to post this story, but I might put it in our Discord server. But I thought Canada is having bus drivers quit after parents are verbally abusing them. Parents are complaining, and the bus drivers are just quitting because they're newer bus drivers and they're trying to get the routes down and they're trying to like do different stuff with, and parents have no patience. And we in America don't have enough bus drivers as it is. In Kentucky, we don't have. In Louisville, that made national news. The Louisville fiasco, because
wasn't that the one where they used AI to plot the routes?
They didn't have enough bus drivers, so they had to schedule it 2 different hours. 2 different time periods that the bus drivers would have to go on a route and pick up and then go and do it again and whatnot. And they used this company that used AI, and it completely screwed it up. Yeah, parents.
That's good news. That's good news long term.
Yeah.
Because there's like, we can't trust AI. AI is retarded. AI is dumb. Okay.
I had a couple more. Well, I got a couple of fun stories and a Wookiee story.
Okay, go on.
All right. I don't have any more. Okay, so this one I just wanted to bring up and make a joke out of it. Because of everybody is kind of oh God. Oh, come up on my damn screen.
Oh yeah, you're blocking ads too. See, you should have done this right after the grocery thing and the sign.
Yeah, I should have. I'm not going to block this, but you can kind of see what it says there, blurry. I'm not going to block it, and we're not going to read the story. But Subway has launched its first 3-inch sandwich to tackle inflation. So that means you can buy an 1.5-inch fucking sandwich at Subway. It's not going to be 3 inches. They're 6-inch sandwiches, not 6 inches. They're 12-inch sandwiches are not 12 inches. They say that.
You're right. Isn't the 6-inch sandwich like 4 inches? Because the whole loaf of bread is like 8 inches, and they cut it in half, right? So
I don't know. I don't know but I just thought it was funny that Subway's making this big. Hey, we know the working man is struggling, so we're going to give you a 3-inch sandwich that they're going to sell you a 2-inch sandwich for like $4 freaking and some change. I guarantee you, this 3-inch sandwich is going to cost at least $5. Huh?
It's gonna be 3-inch, $3. That's my guess.
No way.
I'm guessing.
No way.
Probably not.
I bet, but you might.
It'd be good marketing, and they would still make tons of money on a $3 on a 3-inch sandwich, because they're going to upsell the drinks and the
fun size. It's what was that? The term in Fight Club? It was what was that?
We don't talk about Fight Club.
Single serving sandwich, single serving bite-sized sandwich.
Yeah, we don't talk about Fight Club, JJ. I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you all know where that story came from? Fight Club? Like the inspiration behind it's amazing. So Chuck Palahniuk, the guy who wrote it, I probably messed his name up.
No, you say it right.
He went camping, and the tent next to him, or the campsite next to him, they were blaring music late into the night. He went over there to tell him to turn it down. He was trying to sleep, and they beat the crap out of him. He goes to work Monday morning. He's got bruises and he's all beat up, and no one will acknowledge it at all. And that was the inspiration for Fight Club.
That's cool.
Because
I need to get that book.
Norton's is such a good book, such a great movie. Like it was good.
Yeah, man.
That's interesting. That's funny how society one would even ask, what the hell? I would be the person. I'm not that way. I'd be like, holy crap, what happened to you?
After Norton's character, I can't remember his name, goes to Fight Club for the very first time. He goes into work and his boss is talking to him and won't acknowledge anything on his face.
Right. Yeah, I have something for Richter in a second. Go ahead. You got another story?
I've got a couple more, but if you've got something for Richter, go ahead.
No, it's just a callback to yesterday.
Oh, okay. Y'all know about the James Webb Telescope?
Heard about it?
Yes, it's the one sitting out at the Grange Point. Okay, go on. The Lagrange point is where gravity balances. But carry on.
Nerd.
He's making a smart ass comment. I just don't I'm not smart.
No,
enough
I'm
to
not.
understand the smart ass comment.
There's 5 points where in gravity where planets in the sun balance, and there's no gravity. The Webb telescope is sitting at a Lagrange point where where the gravity pull of the Earth and the sun are balanced out so that it floats. It floats there. It's stationary.
You're a nerd.
Yeah, okay. It's true.
No, that's cool though. I didn't know that. No, whatever.
You're my hero.
But the Webb, it's being used by all kinds of different people. It's been pointed all at different kinds of stuff, and they've recently pointed it at where was it at? It was the constellation of Leo. Okay, and they found there was a planet there, and an exoplanet about 9 times Earth's mass in the constellation of Leo, K2-18b is what they call it. And they think it has this molecule known as dimethyl sulfide. Whoops, I accidentally clicked it. Dimethyl sulfide is primarily produced on Earth, like almost exclusively produced on Earth by phytoplankton, a microscopic plant-like organism in seawater, and as well as fresh water. So they're thinking that this dimethyl sulfide molecule that is unique to life on Earth, that there's no other way this molecule is produced on Earth, said this astronomer, blah, 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 blah. So it's been predicted to be a very good biosignature in exoplanets and habitable exoplanets, including Hycean worlds. A Hycean world are worlds that have hydrogen and ocean. So they're thinking, I just thought that was really cool. Oh, whoa. Look at that. We read it just in time.
Oh,
you think about that, JJ? You think there's microscopic alien phytoplankton floating on a planet out there somewhere?
I don't know. Maybe. It wouldn't hurt my feelings if there was. Yeah. I don't know. I have no idea.
Maybe.
I have no idea. Maybe there is. I'm actually looking for. Oh, I see. I can't see that. I was looking. I was like, why can't I see this story? No, it's because I'm blocked. I'm blocked from. There it is.
I blocked you. I got one more before you can get to your story. Oh,
hey, someone's calling in to answer your. He's doing a NASCAR quiz, kids, and we could be calling. We got to figure out how to call into his NASCAR quiz.
I've got the number. I've almost called in a couple times. I know nothing about NASCAR. I'm gonna guess Lightning McQueen, Danica.
Yeah.
Hudson Hornet was my guess yesterday.
Patrick Danica. Can we? That's it. I'm done. Patrick Danica. I don't even know if she still drives cars or NASCAR, or if it was NASCAR. Let's see. I mean, okay, it's cool. We found a molecule. Things are so far out there. They're so far out there. How can we have any idea really what's going on? I mean, I remember when I was taking astronomy. The way that we learn things about a lot of these planets is just that light passes through some chemical gas and it changes the color wavelength slightly. And that's how we can tell, like, there's even stuff out there. So it's pretty cool that we have a telescope that can view out there so far that we think that we can detect dimethyl sulfide. Literally, we're looking through a telescope across the galaxy, and it changed the wave of a particle of light just a little bit because as it passes through the chemical that we think it's a molecule. And it might be, I don't know. And maybe there's a bunch of things out there that make that molecule. And just on Earth, it's plankton, but it could be a bunch of other stuff elsewhere. Who knows? All right, let's see if my dilly-do here is done. So I have something for Richter. Yesterday, did you hang out yesterday, Dave? Yeah, while we were talking, I was
driving, but I was listening.
We were talking about the
yes, you were
the aliens presented to the Mexican Congress, which
I was just
Deke got onto me for dismissing it so quickly, even though that's my honest opinion. But Here's there were some additional evidences that were presented during that show. Oh no, I lost the link to it.
The TikTok,
but I have
he posted.
Let me find one. But Richter disappointingly mockingly said that they were alien piñatas. So here is an AI image of an alien piñata that could have been used on the Mexican Congress floor.
Unfortunately, that's not too far off. Now, they could have.
Dave, do you believe in aliens?
Done a better job with what they showed visually. The X-ray stuff was fascinating. Very fascinating.
Was it really? Do you have any photos of the X-ray stuff?
If you watch the TikTok thing that Deke posted in the Discord, which you should be in the Discord, peoples, it's actually interesting. It sidesteps everything that I wish they would have had a guy present, because the guy who presented, because of his background, he's going to be called into question.
That guy has straight up misrepresented
that's going to follow
evidence in the past.
Yeah, and the mummy, I said looked like paper mache before you all said anything. I'm like, dude, that looks like paper mache. Just throw some dirt on it.
Well, if there's some evidence that is compelling, I want to see it. Where is it in the where is this this TikTok video?
I don't know, but he posted it in the Discord.
Mexican alien X-ray. Let's find out.
This is all important stuff.
It is, and so important.
Where was it? Was it in? It's in News Drops. It's the last thing in News Drops.
Let's see. Oh, we have here. I'll look that up.
The watermelon story.
Meanwhile, it looks like we have some video of the mummies themselves. So let me pull that up while I look for the X-rays. Here's the mummies presented to the Mexican Congress in a glass case. News Drops. Oh, is it a TikTok that's not? Oh, okay,
that's not the TikTok video I saw, but okay. Excellent. Yeah. So
this is what we were kind of talking about yesterday. That's the only thing I had seen yesterday. So here is the TikTok video that you were mentioning, I believe. Can I make it?
There's a guy in the car, and he was talking about the X-ray scans, and he had videos of the X-ray scan or pictures of the X-ray scans. There, that's the one.
Yeah. So in the article, it said that the X-rays said that there were things like eggs in the body of the alien. So he
deals with that. The eggs are in the fallopian tubes, and he said the fact that it has fallopian tubes is crazy. That almost looks like something shoved up it. Never mind.
Yeah, it looks like a spinal column, and then I don't know, red colored meat. Why would it be red if it's desiccated and dried out?
Well, it's not human.
Okay, and
which makes me think we're analyzing DNA. Who says extraterrestrials or non-humans are going to have DNA? What if their structure is something completely different?
Well, they have to be composed of something.
Exactly. Why do we automatically assume that it's going to be carbon-based life forms? Why do we automatically assume that it's going to have ribs that look like us?
The ribs are
circular.
He says the ribs are circular. Now, I thought that was a good video that this guy had. It was much better than the article, because the article made the scientist and his videos look like a clown.
Yeah, look like idiots.
Mm-hmm.
The scientist, you mean the ufologist / journalist Jose?
The guy who was presenting
before
Mexican Congress, which I didn't know Mexico had a Congress either. I learned lots yesterday too.
Oh, Miss Danger, never buy stuffed alien from a Mexican with a history of trying to sell fake stuffed aliens. Okay.
No, that's wrong, Miss Danger. You've got to talk them down.
Yeah, you got to negotiate.
You can talk them
they
down
don't appreciate
price.
if you don't negotiate. You got to negotiate.
Yeah.
You don't take the first price. Jeez. Don't take the first offer.
If you ever get to go to a foreign country and they have you have the opportunity to haggle, do it. It is so much fun.
It's so fun. It is so fun.
I got this table in Africa. This guy was like wanting $25 for it. I'm doing American money for you. Like, no, I'll give you 15. It's a hand carved wood table, small wood table. The guy follows me onto our bus and he's like, 20. I said, no, 15, man. I left you. Go.
Oh my
I got the table for 15.
I always feel I can't haggle. My wife haggles. My wife can haggle. I can't haggle.
No, I can. You couldn't. Yeah, I can see that.
I would feel guilty. I'm like, here, take extra money.
No, I'm dude that walks away. Yeah. I'm that prick that if you're setting up at the table and I'm like, I'll be back, and I'm not gonna be back.
Yeah.
So if you've got a little extra money to spend, all right, and you want to try to haggle with somebody, JJ, how about you try to get the first Bob Ross work from The Joy of Painting? Look at that. That's the very first one.
He did 2 or 3 pictures every show. There was his practice one. There was the one he did during the show. And I think there was a third one that he always did to send off to a hospital or something like that.
Wow.
So there is 1 or 2 more that look very, very similar to that one.
This one's called A Walk in the Woods. It was painted in January of 1983.
Wow. I have fond memories of the show, not because I liked the show or his painting style, but because my grandmother would turn this thing on. It'd be on like PBS channel 13 or whatever. And she would just like sit there and knit or sew or whatever she was doing. And I didn't have anything else to do. And I wasn't allowed to go watch a TV in another room. So I would just come wander in and I'd just be passively watching Bob Ross paint and just talk about how cool and calm and everybody's happy and just painting those happy leaves.
Bob just was so positive, such a positive influence that and we enjoyed that. No matter what he did, he was so positive, and he could make these paintings look so easy to do.
We did during COVID. My family, we all went out and bought palettes and did a Bob Ross painting night. I found one of his episodes on YouTube that I liked. I'm like, all right, let's do this one. We watched and we did our own little Bob Ross night, Buckham style.
Really?
It was great. It was so much fun. I still got all the paintings.
He would,
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I can still see in my mind's eye, like he would just kind of like whip the kind of sky across the back, and then he'd come in with a knife and like, do the ground or whatever, and then he'd come with the knife and he'd draw the tree trunks, and he'd be like, oh, you get a happy little tree here, we'll do a happy little tree here, and then he would just like pat it and make the leaves, and he made it look effortless. It was ridiculous.
You can still watch that stuff on TV. He's got a whole Bob Ross channel. We'll flip it over. I think it's on Pluto.
Yeah, you should be watching that, not this, right?
That phone call was the owner of the radio station, who's like an 84-year-old man.
Oh,
and he's like, "Hi, you got a minute to talk?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "I got some good news for you. We're going to be sending you some help soon."
Is that good news?
And I'm like, "What?" I said, "You're going to be sending me help." And he said, "Well, I can't talk about it now. I can't talk about it now, but we'll talk about it here soon."
So
I'm flourishing here by myself at the radio station, winning awards, statewide awards. And you're going to send somebody to help me.
Oh, okay. No.
Cool.
This might be terrible for all of us.
He's sending me down.
Sweet. I'll take that. Oh, I got to get...
All right, it's joke time, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't already, please hit like and subscribe. I'm so proud of you for hanging in there this long, listening to your dads talk about very important issues, solving the world's problems. I do want to point out that Miss Dangered had this advice, which we should all really consider. If we want to keep the aliens out of Mexico, we should just build one extra little kind of short wall. It doesn't have to be that tall. It can just be.
Honestly, after seeing that yesterday,
just maybe 1 foot.
They fly over.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. I've seen Gazoo. Is that what Gazoo? Was that Gazoo from the Flintstones?
Or Marvin the Martian. I mean, he was little.
Gazoo. All right. Okay, guys. I'm gonna go first. Dave can go last. How does the moon get its haircut? Eclipse it. Thank you.
Oh,
Nice.
Thank
you.
Oh, that's good.
Good. All right.
I was here all week.
Hey.
You guys didn't show up.
Hey, JJ and I were talking about this earlier about spell check and about how I'm the world's worst speller.
Yeah.
And I love spell check. I use it for everything. And so I mean, when we were talking about this the other day, I was like, so what if I can't spell Armageddon? It's not the end of the world.
Oh. Oh my God.
So I almost used the same joke, but it was I'm working on my own crossword puzzle and I can't figure out a good clue for Armageddon. I guess it's not the end of the world. I didn't use that one though.
Okay.
I almost did.
All right. What do you got, Dan?
Where's the best place to buy a surge protector?
I don't know. Where is the best one?
The outlet mall.
Oh no, you don't deserve that. No, that's here. You can have this. Horrible.
What in the world?
I think that's right before you get murdered. Oh my God, scary. No, stop, lady. Cut it out. I gotta tell my wife to stay off my computer. All right, guys, thanks for watching the show. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. We'll be back Monday, 8 o'clock in the morning, rumble.com/JJW.